gave you a question on a card, remember that? And then we went around the circle discussing whether it was a yes because or a no because, and we had to have 3 answers in each column. You remember that? Okay. We're going to do the same thing again today. I'm going to give you a card with a question on it. Extra. The first thing you're going to do is copy the question onto your card at the top of the paper where it says question. Everybody see that? Where it says question. Okay, so I'm going to go over the questions with you because these questions are a little more difficult than the ones we did before. Okay, they're a little more complicated. You've got 3 questions you could possibly get out of the stack. Okay, I'm going to hand them to you at random. One of them is human trafficking preventable? So you're going to have to think of all the reasons why human trafficking happens and ask yourself, could those things realistically be stopped completely in the world? Okay. Now, the yes column is going to be very easy this time. The no column is going to be a little harder, right? Because we all want to jump in and say yes. You're going to have to think of 3 things for your no column. Okay, so you're going to have to work as a group to really think through it and talk through it and come up with 3 reasons yes and 3 reasons no. Okay. You could also draw out of the pile, would the chocolate industry suffer if all human trafficking stopped? If we were able to officially stop all human trafficking, would the chocolate industry be fine and move on, or would they collapse and suffer big time and people lose jobs? Okay? You have to think of 3 yeses and 3 nos. And the last one is human trafficking necessary? Think about, I know it's hard, think about the benefits of human trafficking. It does create cheap labor, right? It drives down the prices of our products. So think about the reason, I know it's hard because we hate to think about people being in slavery. Think about the benefits of human trafficking and then ask yourself, do the benefits make it necessary? You got to have 3 yeses and 3 nos. Okay? Matthew.
If like human trafficking taken jobs, like if they did all the human trafficking away, would there be more room for more jobs to work?
That's something you have to think about in your group. That's a good question, Matthew. Bring that up in your group and talk about it. Corey. Talk about it in your group. See what your group thinks. Okay. Corey asked, if we took human trafficking away, who would make more money? You have to think about it. Because you got the farmers and the chocolate industry in this, right? So I want you to think, those are the kind of things I want you to think about in your group. Deasia.
Are we getting in our 2s and 3s?
Yes, you are going to get in your 2s and 3s. Okay, so I know I'm going to give you a little longer to discuss this one than we did on the last one because these questions are a little more difficult, but we're going to have 3 yeses and 3 nos. Okay, I know you all can do it. You're just going to have to think through and talk about it. Okay, why do we need to? We're getting ready to write an editorial on human trafficking. Okay, we're going to start that tomorrow. Okay, why do we even need to think about the nos? We all hate that it happens, right? So why don't we just fill up that yes column? Why are we taking a day to think about the reasons why human trafficking might be necessary or unpreventable? Deasia.
To see their side and see how they feel about it.
Who's they?
Like the ones that are traffickers.
Okay, how the traffickers are feeling about it. How who? What'd you say? The workers. Who else? The chocolate industry. If we're going to convince someone in our editorial, we have to think about the opposing view, right? We've talked about that. Remember in the skate park editorial, we looked at the people who might not want the skate park, remember? And that strengthened his argument. We're not going to convince the chocolate industry or the farmers or the workers or the traffickers to stop the trafficking if we don't think about the reasons why they're doing it. Okay, so that's why we're going to take some time today and do that, okay? So once you get your card, copy it, and then you just go around the circle answering yes or no because. Okay, that yes column is probably going to get filled up first, and that's okay. Okay, but then take some time and think about the no column. I want you to help each other out, but I want to make sure everyone is contributing an answer. So everybody has to put at least and contribute at least one answer to the paper. Okay? Anytime anyone gives an answer, everybody write it down. Okay, there are no bad answers. Okay? Continue giving answers until the time runs out. Try to get 3 in each column. Now I gave you 6 blocks. Okay, so if you fill in the whole paper, that's better. But we got to have at least 3 in each column. Okay, questions? No, don't do the final decision yet. Just fill in the column. We'll break and talk again, and then we'll do the final decision. Yes. Yeah, we're going to do our 2s and 3s. The same groups you were in the last time we did yes versus no. Here's what we're going to do. I want you to go ahead and get in those groups, and then I'm going to have to shuffle you based on who has permission to be videoed. Okay, so you may have to switch groups just for today, but I want you to go ahead and get in your 2s and 3s right now.